I was going through my old, like, DVDs and stuff, and it occurred to me that we have literally reached halfway from the UK Transformers Season 2 Part 1 box set. And I was looking at some of the extra features on here, and I figured, you know what? It might be a bit of fun if we check out some of these just as like a fun little video extra. We have a quiz, Andy. 10 questions.
Let's try the quiz. Let's test our knowledge and see what becomes of us.
Let's do this. Oh, blimey, this is all animated and stuff. So, question 1. In the episode Desertion of the Dinobots, which of the Dinobots evaded capture on Cybertron? A. Grimlock, B. Slag, or C. Swoop?
Well, I'm glad I was paying attention to that one, at least, because that was Swoop.
C. Swoop. Correct answer. Try next question. Sure, Prime, sure.
He's not even asking, that's a demand. There's no question mark there.
In Season 2 of the Transformers, both Autobots and Decepticons alike suffer from a lack of what? Energon, Cybertonium, or Scraplets?
I mean, I really like the deep cut reference to Scraplets that are a major storyline in the Transformers comics, but I assume...
So what's that? Elaborate on that, because I'm not familiar with it.
So basically, the Scraplets are tiny robots in themselves, but they're effectively like a disease. So they're a contagious disease. There's basically a pandemic amongst the Transformers where the Scraplets, effectively, they just kind of like rust and eat away at the Transformers' flesh. They're like flesh... It's like a flesh-eating bug. And it's just like transmitted between Transformers, and I forget like the origin. I think it turns up on some kind of like random planet that I think like Blaster is one of the first ones to be affected, and then it just kind of like it spreads, like, you know, from like contact and kind of being in the vicinity of somebody, and then like it gets pretty bad for like Transformers, Autobot, and Decepticon alike until they figure out. It kind of goes a little bit War of the Worlds-y in terms of there's actually a very simple Earth solution to the Scraplet problem that they come across by mistake. But it's a pretty good little story arc, actually, in the UK comics around that.
Is that available to read anywhere, to your knowledge, or is that like just lost in the annals of time?
No, that's I think all of that storyline is in one of the Transformers UK Classics volumes. I forget whereabouts. It's pretty early in the run, so it's probably like volume 2 or 3 of that. But yeah, it's some pretty good stuff.
Oh, there we go.
But I'm assuming for this that they are referring to the Cybertonium episode. But I mean, Energon is also a valid answer because they do both suffer from that. Like, I would say both of these are valid, but I assume they're being specific about Cybertonium and the whole Desertion of the Dinobots episode.
So we're going with B, Cybertonium. Correct answer. Try next question, asks Prime. Yes. Question 3. Which of the Transformers are brothers? Wait, what? Is that ever mentioned in the cartoon? Is it A, Jazz and Prowl, B, Sunstreaker and Sideswipe, or C, Inferno and Grapple? I genuinely don't recall if this is mentioned anywhere.
I mean, I think there might be a throwaway reference to one of them calling the other brother. I mean, as far as I'm aware, it's Sunstreaker and Sideswipe are the two brothers here. I mean, certainly not Jazz and Prowl. Like, that would be a weird, like, a weird thing. Inferno and Grapple you could see, but I think it's Sunstreaker and Sideswipe. I mean, they're both Lamborghini Countax, so there's that, if nothing else.
Okay, let's go for B then. Sunstreaker and Sideswipe. Correct answer. Yay. Try next question. Sure, Prime. Question 4. What was Optimus Prime's original name? Now, as a note here, before I read out the options, is this ever mentioned from what we have watched so far?
I mean, there is that episode where they flash back to, like, the start of, you know, what started the war on Cybertron. I can't remember whether this gets mentioned there. I mean, I will say they've misspelled option C here, but, you know.
So, I'm going to read it verbatim. So, is it A, Orion Pax, B, Battle Convoy, or C, Aplahar Tryon? I will say, I like the proper deep cut there of Battle Convoy. That's a nice touch.
Yeah. I mean, this clearly they're pulling from outside of the cartoon continuity here, and I also appreciate that. But yeah, like Orion Pax is the one.
Orion Pax.
He then went on to found a video game convention, I believe.
Next question. Question 5. What was the original Transformers series called in Japan? A. Fight! Super Robot Life Transformers. B. Transformers Victory. C. Transformers Takara. So, first of all, I think the answer is A, unless I really don't know something about my knowledge. But I like the fact that they've mentioned Victory and Takara here, which, in the continuity of Transformers, is far later.
Yeah, that's the thing that threw me for a second of just like, wait, these are all like valid potential answers. But yes, I think you are correct that A is the answer here.
Correct answer! Try next question. Also, I've just noticed, have you noticed that Prime and Megatron are standing side by side taking this quiz on the screen?
I think they're holding hands as well. Like, I don't want to start speculation, but it looks a lot like they're holding hands here.
Which of these is a Constructicon? A. Bone Crusher. B. Bone Cruncher. Or C. Bone Muncher.
I kind of wish there was one called Bone Muncher now you mention it.
My instinct is Bone Crusher, but I genuinely can't remember if it might be Crush or Crunch at this point.
I'm pretty sure it's Bone Crusher, and you are correct that it is A.
Okay, A it is. Correct answer! Let's try the next question. 7. Which Transformer, bracket S or Transformers, did Lee Sullivan draw on the cover of the 1988 Transformers Annual? A. Ultra Magnus and Galvatron. B. Scorponok. Or C. Optimus Prime and Megatron. Now, I don't know if you know, I'll tell you my logic when thinking about this. Given that the movie came out in 86, by 88, we're very much into, like, Season 3 territory. Mm-hmm. So, with that in mind, I honestly don't think it would be Prime and Megatron. I would say it's probably more likely to be Ultra Magnus and Galvatron, but I genuinely don't remember / don't know if Scorponok was in at that point. I know Scorponok is a thing come like Headmasters and stuff, like in the Takara-verse, but I don't know at that point if Scorponok appears either before and or after the movie. So
yeah, I mean, I can't remember definitively because there is a lot of really cool UK comic artwork of Ultra Magnus and Galvatron. Like that series, the UK comic goes really hard on like the rivalry between those two. But I'm pretty sure that the 1988 Transformers Annual, which I have somewhere, has a really kick-ass picture of Scorponok on it.
Okay,
so
cool.
I think it's B.
Okay, let's go with Scorponok. Correct answer! Good job, Andy. Try next question. Question 8. The Autobot known as Skyfire had a different name when released as a toy. What was he called? Airfire, Jetfire, or Afterburner? I'm kind of surprised this question's actually on the DVD quiz. I don't know why. There's something about it that makes me think, interesting.
Well, also kind of interesting, like given that this is a UK DVD release where I feel like we're more kind of attuned to the whole Skyfire / Jetfire because it's B issue here than perhaps people were elsewhere. Also, not to call out this DVD, but they've also misspelt released on this. Just cue seeing their 20-year-old DVD here in real time.
This is both of us having flashbacks to stuff we've encountered before in our professional lives. So, released. To B, Jetfire. Correct answer. Try next question. Question 9. Which Transformer does Sparkplug create? I like this as a question. So it's Autobot Z, or Z, depending where you're from. Autobot 7, I guess that says. Or Autobot X. I'm pretty sure it's Autobot X, given it's the name of an episode.
Yep, that is the actual title. Yeah, I wasn't sure whether that's Autobot 7 or Autobot just part of a square, because that would be a kind of like cool name. Like the artist formerly known as Prince, it's just some kind of symbol. But yeah, Autobot X is the answer there.
Correct answer. And I think this is our final question for this quiz. Who provided the voice for the Dinobot leader Grimlock? Ooh. Is it Corey Burton, Jack Angel, or Greg Berger, or Berger, however you're meant to pronounce it, sorry.
Yeah, it's Berger, I assume. God, yeah, like I'm really bad at remembering the name of any of the voice actors apart from Frank Welker and Peter Cullen.
Good final question, DVD. Good final question.
So, yeah, I was just, like, feeling kind of cocky. It's like, we're going to get 10 out of 10 and we're going to be able to prove that we have every right to be recording this podcast, and now it's thrown this curveball at us, and I actually genuinely have no idea.
I've got no idea either. There's part of me that's almost saying, like, if they've tried to make this even from the amount of A's, B's, and C's, what have we had the least of? But I'm not going to go with that theory.
Yeah, I feel like we've not had a lot of C's. I was kind of also contemplating that as a possibility. I mean, I think the trouble is I think these are all like Transformers voice actors, because it was like, which name do I recognise the most? And I feel like that's Corey Burton, but that's probably not actually helpful here, because I think these are all people who have provided voices for Transformers.
Who do you want to go with then? Because I honestly don't know off the top of my head.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with the dumb, like, they've not used a lot of C's in these answers, and say Greg Berger, even though I think that's the least likely of the three.
Okay, let's go for it.
I also want to see what the animation looks like if we were wrong.
Congratulations, you have won! Wait,
I
Play the Golden Lagoon? Oh, is that the episode? I guess it must be the episode. Wait, let me check the DVD box. Is that on there?
I mean, it would make sense, I guess, that it's on that set.
It's not on here, Andy.
Oh, okay. Well, now I want to know.
Okay, well now we need to find out what the heck this is.
Yeah, like, is this going to be some kind of?
So, alright, let's see what happens. Oh, okay.
It is. Maybe it's like a hidden episode that's on this set. Because, yeah, I mean, that seems like it's just going to play an episode of the series.
I'll jump forward, hang on. Okay, well, let's see what we've got then. Wait, it's actually on here?
Yeah, maybe that's their prize for winning the competition, is you get to see an episode that you didn't think was on the discs.
I really want to check now to see if it's on the actual Season 2 Part 2 set.
It probably is. They probably just had this as a kind of, hey, you get this one early.